I was confused and I needed to grow up a little bit. And so I moved out to Portland because I feel like here in the city, a lot of times, a lot of the leadership that is happening here is not really empowering us to be leaders.
Suck!
For real. I mean, we have different terminologies to express the same idea, but it's real. You know what I'm saying? Because it all comes down to the fact that we have to lead by example. And I wanted to do that, and I didn't feel as if I was a good enough example. And so I needed to grow up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so I moved away. I was like, I'm going to go change some habits up. I'm going to go change some ideas. I'm going to go grow up, just grow as a person. And I'm going to bring all that back to the city. And right now I'm over there doing that. You know, I was a part of this program called Stories in Movement, where we actually went to this alternative high school and this junior detention center. And we actually we help them express themselves through poetry, literacy, and visual arts. Storiesinmovement.com or actually .org, storiesinmovement.org. Go on there, check out, man, because the whole point of it is we're trying to have them.
Say it one more time. Themselves. Say it slower though.
Storiesinmovement.org.
Spelled just like it said.
Yeah, spelled just like it said. And we wanted to help people express themselves because only really when you can express yourself can you find out who you are. You know, and then once that happens, you can start making different decisions. And I feel like here sometimes we're not really inspired to express ourselves or to be us. We are inspired to be what the news is telling us that we already are.
Right.
You know, we're inspired to follow up after the leaders that we have in our communities already, which are on some bullshit. I mean, pretty quickly. I mean, look. I'm not saying everybody. Look, and I'm not saying like there's nothing good happening in Detroit because there's a lot of good things. And there's a lot of people in place that are doing great things in Detroit, and that's
and some leaders. But if you put them in a hole though, and they stand back as leaders and letting other leaders be on some bullshit, then they on some bullshit.
I mean, we have to look at where Detroit is right now. You know what I'm saying? Detroit is in a place where. You know, I don't like to use the term rock bottom, but I say this, you know, rock bottom is a perfect place to build a solid foundation.
It's the only
place. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so where we are right now, it is perfect opportunity for the leaders, for the people who may have been on some, different levels of leadership to step up. You know what I'm saying? To make things happen. And also for the young people in the city or even around the city that want to start creating change. I feel like what we're trying to do is inspire people to create change. We're not going to make it happen ourselves.
So what do you all need help with? What is the main thing that we can spread the message about to getting people to help your organization and inspiring other people? What do you need from the community?
I would say right now we have a bunch of clothing. We need more clothes. We need people. We want to find more families that are in need. Honestly, like, because I know a lot of people sometimes they're too prideful to admit that they need help. And I feel like we want to find those people who need the help. The families. We will go to the streets, and we have gone to the streets. But it's not just the people in the streets that need the assistance.
Right.
Yeah. It's the people in the homes that work in 3
jobs. And we know that because we know a lady that she bought housing. Just to house people with working ladies, ladies
homeless.
The working homeless
because a lot of people are,
but they homeless.
Yeah, a lot of people work and are homeless, man, or don't have. And we even talked to another young lady that came in that actually talked to us about what true homelessness is.
Right.
So a lot of people view homelessness as being you don't have any shelter, you're out on the street. Well, that's part of it. But if you are in a shelter, right? But it is a place that. If you're in a 2-bedroom house and it's 10 people in the house, or if you have a 3-4 bedroom house and you have several people in those rooms and there's more, and you sleeping on a couch or something, you are homeless.
I've been moving from place to place, all of that.
You are homeless. Yeah, you know. So and I think that it plays on your psyche.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that I know to be true my own self, man. Coming back home from the military and being an artist and being out and about, it was just funny because I've been in situations where it was surreal. You go out on, we perform one night and it's 1,000 people in front of you and you're doing your thing, and then you go home and you have to sleep on a couch.
Yeah.
And your stuff is all in you know what I'm saying? Somebody came
corner,
and put your stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it plays on your mind heavy, man. And so I think that what you all are doing is very important. And it is important to for people to say that they need some help, man. Because a lot of times I know why, for me personally, I can't express for other people. But for me, sometimes I used to regress into my shell when I would say, hey, this is a problem. But dealing with the black community and in this city, man, get over that, man. You tripping, man. You over there. You good. Because we blow things off. Yeah. But the reality is you have to be able to empathize with people. Yeah. And so if you don't have
I don't know if we necessarily blow it off. I think we just try to not think about it maybe. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it won't bother you. So I think that's why and it was so bad for African American, black, Negro, whatever you want to call us. I'm cool with all of it, but it back in the day that you had to get over a whole bunch of stuff. So I mean that was in your psyche to get over. So, but I'm with you though. We gotta in mental. We talk about this all the time. The mental stability of people now, man, they gotta really start looking into it more because the mind is a fragile thing and it can change so quick. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of people be looking like they calm and cool, and all of a sudden, boom, they just maybe in somewhere else.
And you know what, man, you spoke right to a issue, man, that goes in our community, in not just the black community, but in poor communities.
Right.
Mental health is not talked about,
and that's so real, and that's so real. That's a real thought.
You know what? UrbanNationRadio.com.
We gotta take a break before we get broke.
Pause for the cause. Man, you gotta pay these bills, man. So it's the Brunch Bunch, UrbanNationRadio.com.
That's right.
We'll be right back, man, with Thrift for Detroit.
We got some mind food, so eat.
What's